Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Wow, am I excited and in awe of all of you who are joining us tonight. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. My name is Raleigh Van Fossen, and I'm the Executive Director at Capital Area Housing Partnership here in Lansing, Michigan. Tonight, I'm coming to you live from my home in the Old Oakland Neighborhood Association on Lansing's West Side neighborhood. You know, it's my pleasure to be welcoming everybody here tonight to Capital Area Housing Partnership's second annual Welcome Home fundraiser, and to wish everybody a happy National Home Ownership Month this June. This evening, our team is beyond excited to be joined by fellow neighbors and advocates for housing like yourself from across all of mid-Michigan. As the old saying goes, there's no place like home. Beyond the brick and mortar that shelters us from Mother Nature's elements, home remains a retreat for many. It's a gathering place where we seek emotional warmth and security with our loved ones. It's where we learn to grow with compassion and empathy toward our neighbors and those we cherish the most. Home defines our very existence here at Capital Area Housing Partnership. You know, for nearly 30 years, we have strived to empower thousands of families and individuals to help secure and maintain one of our most sacred needs: safe, quality, and affordable housing. Yet we know for far too many families across the region, access to adequate housing remains simply out of reach. Without a diverse pool of affordable housing options, our community's economic viability becomes quite stagnant. Families must consider locating elsewhere if the ability to relocate in their community is not there. A family's bond begins to break because their budget becomes ever more strained by lack of housing options. Communities of color continue to get the short end of the stick as long-standing housing policies and banking policies remain on the books, creating unnecessary and unwelcome barriers. Our elderly parents' quality of life begins to decline due to the barriers in and around their home. It is these persistent inequities that drive our mission at Capital Area Housing Partnership to build strong and diverse neighborhoods where people are empowered to improve their lives. And we know this effort cannot be done alone. And now more than ever is it imperative that we champion this sacred need together. It goes without saying that the past year and a half has been very different for all of us. In these challenging times, optimism for a better tomorrow is quite scarce. The hardships that many face in their homes were found to be made even harder to overcome when you have to begin navigating a global health pandemic. Today, though, I can say that I have been overly proud of the work that Capital Area Housing Partnership has been able to accomplish this past year and what lies ahead for us. At the start of the pandemic, almost a year and a half ago, we launched what we call a COVID-19 Mid-Michigan Housing Resource Guide, a document that, in collaboration with community partners, has grown to offer over 10 pages of housing-specific resources to help one navigate the COVID-19 pandemic. This guide continues to be updated today, every week, and has been distributed to over 2,000 mid-Michigan households during the course of the pandemic. That effort helped build and then allowed Capital Area Housing Partnership to deliver over $4 million in rent, utility, and mortgage and internet aid to over 1,000 families and individuals whose homes have now been saved across Ingham County because of the financial hardship brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. Renters who were laid off to the pandemic because the restaurant they worked at had to close, to then be met with an eviction notice because they were unable to pay their rent due to an income loss, they received the necessary support to help keep them housed during this time. To our COVID assistance team who are joining us tonight, you know who you are. You have worked day and night, 7 days a week to process those hardship requests, and are true heroes of our community who we relied on during the pandemic. Thank you to all of you for your selfless commitment to helping others. And thank you to everyone here tonight who donated and helped lift the spirits of so many families across mid-Michigan who really thought their home would be lost if they didn't get the help they needed. But our pandemic response did not stop there. To the incredible housing counseling team at the Housing Partnership who have served over 600 households in their quest to find stable, quality housing and secure themselves financially in mid-Michigan, thank you for all of your help. You know, in March 2019, We had a client who began working with the housing partnership in one of our housing counseling teams who lives here in the Holt area. They came to us with a poor credit score and $7,000 or several thousands dollars of debt collections that they faced. That client worked with a counselor one-on-one to chart a new path forward, helping retire those collections and stabilize their financial freedom. When our team originally pulled their credit score, that client had a score of 562. Over the course of a year and a half, working with them one-on-one with the client to retire those collections, increase their savings, set a monthly budget, and work on building their credit score, we can now say that today that client has a credit score of 756. They're on their way through pre-purchase counseling and are working with lenders in the area to get pre-approved so that they can move forward and pursue their dream of home ownership. These are just a few of the amazing success stories that we can bring to you as a testament of how our team members are second to none in helping Mid-Michigan residents realize their housing dreams. But our fight has to keep moving forward. We can share now that we've completed 11 beautiful, newly built, affordable single-family homes across the city of Lansing this past year alone. That's a nearly $3 million investment that we've brought here to neighborhoods who haven't seen that type of investment in years past. That investment helps spur the creation and sustainment of over 300 construction-related jobs. But most important of all is what those homes represent. 11 opportunities for folks to obtain home ownership. For some, that's a first-generation homeowner who had never thought of owning a home prior to working with Capital Area Housing Partnership. But that's what brings us here tonight during National Home Ownership Month, the foundation of what we call the American dream. The pandemic underscored the importance of home for many of us. Home is central to my life. I imagine it's central to your life, no matter where you are in the world. We pride ourselves on this ideal by working with neighbors and partners to make this dream a reality for everybody. And so I hope tonight that you've joined us here for the next hour or so, that you become inspired and empowered, knowing that when you partner with Capital Area Housing Partnership, we can ensure that your home remains attainable and a priority for folks here in our community. Thank you again. The Tuesday Tollman program is a proud program from the Capital Area Housing Partnership that serves to try and assist folks of senior age or those with a disability to be able to move freely about their home. It's our Tuesday Tollman crew, a great group of volunteers who commit time every Tuesday almost, come to that person's home, and we're either completing an entry or exit way ramp, adding accessibility modifications to their bathroom like grab bars, working on plumbing issues or widening of doorways for wheelchairs. Again, all with the focus of ensuring that that person is able to move about freely in their home.
My brother was in a situation where we had to move him from where he was living. I purchased this home last fall, so my brother would be close to me and we could move him right in, but he had no way to get in and out. So my sister was making phone calls, trying to find some help, and even she came upon the Tuesday Toolman when she made the call.
You contact us, you apply for the program, we come out to your house, do an inspection, and we work, if your repair is approved, to design that uniquely to your home.
I got a phone call after I sent the application straight away. And he said that they would have a group of volunteers show up. He gave me a call to let me know that the lumber was going to be dropped off. I came home and I had this. My brother's free to some degree. He has liberties. He can go around, he can come over and see if I'm home. He just doesn't have to live in the house, and he's safe. He can get in and out.
The phrase home is where the heart is might sound cliche, but it's a sentiment that remains as true as ever, especially after hearing that client testimonial. A person's home is, to me, the most important place in your life. It offers a sense of familiarity, comfort, and security. But for many elderly residents in our community, aging in place comes with a price tag that can be very much out of reach. Many seniors need their home to be modified in order to make it safer for them and more livable for them. And this remains true for folks with disabilities as well. We all know that a person's mobility changes with age, but at Capital Area Housing Partnership, we believe that the accessibility in and around one's home should not. Entry ramps and accessibility modifications completed by our Tuesday Toolman volunteers not only prevent falls and accidents, but they also help improve the quality of life for elderly residents, persons with disabilities, and their caregivers and family. Providing accessibility interventions prevent the development of more functional limitations, and it lowers the cost of many healthcare expenses that you may face otherwise. It is thanks to our over 30 Tuesday Toolman volunteers that our neighbors in need can maintain aspects of independence while remaining in their home. And this year, we're going to start a new tradition at the Housing Partnership where we want to recognize an outstanding Tuesday Toolman volunteer who exemplifies what it means to serve our community. Let me tell you, it was difficult to pick among this group of 30 volunteers who are showing up every week to help clients in need across mid-Michigan, who are meeting every morning, going over site plans and so forth, and are ultimately making a difference in someone's life. But after this individual who was selected tonight retired from a lifelong career in public service at the end of 2016, and then they wanted to continue serving the community by joining the Tuesday Toolman shortly thereafter, we knew that this was the person to recognize this year. We've estimated that this volunteer, has taken part in over 130 accessibility ramp builds since his time joining the Tuesday Toolman volunteer program. Fun fact, that equates to almost 4,000 feet of ramp that this person has helped build across our community. And while this individual could not be on our program this evening, we are pleased to recognize former Ingham County Sheriff Gene Rigglesworth as our Tuesday Toolman of the Year. Thank you, Gene. We appreciate all of what you have done for volunteering for us for over the past 4 years and all that you continue to bring to the table each Tuesday when you join the group. What brings him out every Tuesday is the close-knit group of volunteers who know that being able to stay in a familiar and cherished place such as your home is one of the most critical and underrated factors in a person's quality of life. We look forward to giving Gene this award at a future Tuesday Toolman volunteer appreciation outing, and that I have to give an incredible thank you, though, to the other Tuesday Toolman volunteers who continue to come out and help alongside Gene, to our program manager, Brady Calkins, and staff, Emma Henry, who continue to make this program a success. Thank you to the Tuesday Toolman.
Capital Area Housing Partnership is a local nonprofit based here in Lansing that provides affordable housing solutions for folks. Anything from building new housing to keeping people in their homes. Really, there's sort of a nonstop shop for supporting our families here locally.
Prior to living in this home, I was living in Hazlitt in an apartment complex, facing a rent increase of like almost $200 a month. And I thought, well, I should probably look into buying a house. I've been trying to save for one. When I was searching for approvals, the person that I said I wanted to stay in East Lansing, close to my parents, and then the person mentioned this specific neighborhood and said that there was some grants available. He had mentioned that it could help me with down payment and closing costs, as well as additional rehab information, and had me connect with Capital Area Housing Partnership, and we filled out an application.
It's really important that we have people in stable housing, that people are in their homes, that they care about their homes and their neighborhood and about their neighbors. So it's really important that we do everything we can to support housing, to support neighborhoods, and CAP is really a great conduit for that.
Before I moved into my house, I lived in an apartment with my 3 kids. And so it was just really exciting to find the house and be able to afford to live here.
When we work, especially with families that are buying through CAP, this might be the first time that anyone in their family has bought a house. So there's a lot of education that goes into it.
It's just a really beneficial time to learn about how to save for your house, how to manage your debt, and how to have like an energy efficient house, and just touched on anything a new homeowner that maybe didn't know what they were doing could get some help on.
Without CAP, my home buying experience would have been very difficult, probably would have been prolonged. Without this, I would not have been able to purchase within the last 2 years. I probably would still be saving.
I appreciate the program just on a large scale for our community, and for myself, I probably have a higher mortgage or not have as much money that I've been able to save or have if it wasn't for CAP.
CAP brings hope to families that might not otherwise see it. They're making an impact on neighborhoods that haven't seen new construction in at least 20, 30, 40 years. They're bringing new life into the homes.
CAP is an amazing part of our infrastructure, and some people think infrastructure and they think roads and sidewalks, but they do need to think housing and neighborhoods. So having strong nonprofits that are out there that are able to support this critical piece of wealth building infrastructure is really important to us. And CAP, again, keeping people in their homes, whether they're through home ownership opportunities, keeping people in stable rental situations, providing financial empowerment opportunities for learning. Really, this is all critical to the stability of our neighborhoods.
It means the world to me to be able to have my own home. Awesome to know that this is ours and we can change and make it however we want it to be, and nobody can tell us what to do.
It's huge. It changes their entire trajectory for generations to come.
Hi, my name is Mary Manuel. I'm a resident of Lansing, and I've been on the CAP board for the past 5 years. I currently serve as the treasurer. I'm also the director of learning and talent development for Senair, a partner and longtime friend of Capital Area Housing Partnership.
Hello, I'm Elvin Caldwell. I've been on the Capital Area Housing Partnership board since 2017. I'm a local realtor and legislative consultant. As you can see tonight, safe, affordable housing is out of reach for far too many families across mid-Michigan. Every day, more and more families find themselves struggling to make ends meet as they are caught in a constant cycle of stress and fear. For every 100 low to moderate income families searching for a decent affordable house, there's only 38 homes available that will work within their constrained budgets. There's a shortage of affordable and available housing, not only in our community, but around the world. It is on all of us to do something about this shortage of adequate housing, because it not only affects those who are struggling to secure a stable home, it has far-reaching consequences that impact our entire community. I'm going to hand it over to Mary to tell you why we need to care.
Thanks, Elvin. You are so right. Many lower income households spend more on rent than any other need, often sacrificing healthcare, food, and other basic necessities. But a diverse mix of quality housing is a solution that leads to better outcomes for everyone in our community. It frees up funds within a family's budget to spend on those essentials we rely on to get by every day. Quality, affordable housing reduces stress, toxins, and infectious disease. This leads to improvements in both physical and mental health. Children in stable housing do better in school and are less likely to experience disruptions in their educations. A diverse mix of quality housing can reduce residential segregation, uproot concentrated poverty, and promote mixed income neighborhoods. Affordable housing is imperative to the economic viability of our community for many reasons, including people are closer to their jobs, so they'll save money on commuting. A community's purchasing power increases with more discretionary income. Housing stability improves workers' health, and it's easier for employers to attract and retain talent. Capital Area Housing Partnerships work is key to creating more opportunities for people who call Mid-Michigan home. I'm going to hand it back over to Alvin now so he can tell us more about how Capital Area Housing Partnership is making these differences in our communities.
Capital Area Housing Partnership understand that safe, quality, affordable housing plays a critical role in helping struggling families chart a new path forward. It is because of your support that we have helped thousands of families across the greater Lansing achieve homeownership, secure a safe and affordable place to call home, improve the lives of our elderly neighbors so that they can age in place, and empower people to find financial stability. Families and individuals partner with us because they know the opportunities and possibilities that exist within homeownership. This is why your partnership with us is critical. If you are able, consider doubling your impact tonight. Your donation creates even more opportunities for families to seize throughout our community. Share your impact, share our impact with your friends, families, and colleagues, and encourage them to give too. You can find the donation link to you right if you're on a computer just below, or if you're on a tablet or smartphone. Your generosity not only benefits families who are searching for their forever home, it makes Mid-Michigan a more vibrant place to live, work, and raise a family. Thank you for making an impact.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kirsten Waldron, Corporate Philanthropy Manager at Jackson National Life Insurance Company, or more commonly known as Jackson. We at Jackson are delighted to support the Capital Area Housing Partnership through our Community Grants Program in support of their housing and financial counseling program. At Jackson, our business, our purpose is to help Americans achieve financial freedom for life. Through our philanthropic efforts, we are committed to investing in communities where our associates live and work. Our contributions to local communities are driven by our associates and support our philanthropy focus areas to support strong families and create economic opportunities. Thank you to each of you for joining Jackson in supporting Capital Area Housing Partnership and their important mission to develop strong, diverse neighborhoods with a focus on affordable housing, home ownership, and financial security in Mid-Michigan.
Capital Area Housing Partnership has been here in the community since 1992, working alongside our neighbors, providing home ownership opportunities to families, affordable housing opportunities to families, and providing them the financial literacy skills to be successful in those endeavors.
The City of Lansing loves having Capital Area Housing Partnership as a partner. We need strong nonprofit partners to help us get into the neighborhoods, to help us really understand what's going on, to know the people, to know the local context. They're a great partner for us. We're able to supply them with dollars. They're able to get housing built. They're able to do work with financial empowerment opportunities for folks. Really, they're the connection between us, the city, and the neighborhood person.
Without CAP, my home buying experience would have been very difficult, probably would have been prolonged. Without this, I would not have been able to purchase within the last 2 years. I probably would still be saving.
When we work, especially with families that are buying through CAP, this might be the first time that anyone in their family has bought a house. So there's a lot of education that goes into it. Between the homebuyer education seminar and then the Toolman classes that they have and the tools that they're able to rent out to people in the community, that's something that, to have a class about how to learn how to do drywall and how to install a sink vanity, those are huge things that a lot of people just don't know how to do, and to have an in-person class available to them is huge and a big part of homeownership that I think a lot of people don't think about when they're first getting into this.
I have remained an advocate of Capital Area Housing Partnership, and I know what they did for me and my family, and I hope that other families can have that too, because housing is really important to me. It impacts a person's health, it impacts a family's health.
It's not about just providing the home or just providing the apartment. It gets back to this long-term approach to success. The effect is wide. We're ensuring that we're preserving property values, that the neighbors who live alongside them can continue to get the quality services from their local community. And we're creating good paying jobs throughout the development of that home that again allows those new opportunities to thrive.
When I started my company, it was our primary source of work. I have been able to hire and employ workers in down economies, and I've most importantly built a lot of relationships with nonprofits like CAP, which we try to continue. So I just see the good it does in the community and want to keep it going.
So it's really important that we do everything we can to support housing, to support neighborhoods, and CAP is really a great conduit for that. They've been in the community, they know the community, they're based in the community, and they care about the people there as we do. So it's great to have a partner like that that really has the same goals we do.
CAP's the right partner for the city of Lansing because it just shows that Lansing cares about its residents. When you have families that wouldn't normally stay in a nice house are able to, it just boosts them up. So when we take care of our most vulnerable citizens, it helps everybody out and makes Lansing a stronger place.
Front and center, that is the goal of Capital Area Housing Partnership, to ensure that Mid-Michigan residents have a place to call home. And we certainly can't do any of the work we do alone, whether that's an individual donor, whether that's local government, state government, or federal government. We need to be working together to ensure that these opportunities are being made available. In many cases, they rely on us just as much as we rely on them. There are things we're able to do uniquely as a nonprofit community developer that some of the other entities just are not able to accomplish. And that's what makes our perspective and our approach here in Mid-Michigan unique. And I'm back. Thank you, everybody. Tonight, the next transition was going to be to our keynote speaker, but what would a pandemic be without another Zoom fail? And unfortunately, State Representative Anthony is unable to join us tonight due to technical difficulties, but does send her warmest wishes to everybody who's joined us tonight, and certainly most importantly, to bring attention to the need for more housing, more access to affordable and quality and safe housing here in the Mid-Michigan community. Representative Anthony is true Mid-Michigan, being born and raised here in the Lansing community, to not only then come back and serve. So it would have been an honor to hear from her tonight, but we will have to save that for next time. And so that means then our night here together is coming to an end. And I hope you've recognized and realized that we celebrated tonight our success over the past year in sharing why at Capital Area Housing Partnership we build it. But now we have to turn our focus to the work that lies ahead of us. We know that the supply of housing options here in our community is at an all-time low. If you know anybody trying to buy a home right now, you know it's impossible. There's just simply not enough homes on the market available for not only for sale and to buy, but also to rent. And the demand for that continues to increase as weeks go on. It's on us, though, to bring together the resources necessary to create new housing opportunities. We must come to terms. We must recognize and we must own up to how housing and banking policies of the past have drastically limited access to housing for folks in communities of color. And we have to bring solutions to the table to ensure that those barriers are removed and stay removed or made mandatory. We share this collective understanding at Capital Area Housing Partnership that your home carries a high level of responsibility in your life, whether it serves as that social place that you can enjoy time with friends, family, and so on, or maybe for you, it's a sense of security that your home offers to allow you at the end of the workday or the end of the school day to unwind, to be you in places maybe where you cannot be. And for the future, the responsibility homes have in shaping our children's lives is second to none. We owe it to them, everything, above all else, to live up to that responsibility. And it is with those values that I hold close, the team members, the board members, and all of you hopefully hold close as well, that I ask you to join us, those watching tonight from the comfort of your home, to celebrate and embrace the mission here and welcome more Mid-Michigan families into our communities and creating new neighbors. But as a reminder, please join us for an open house. We'll be having an open house from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at one of our new developments in Lansing's Northtown neighborhood. It's 1552 North High Street. We are so excited to show off this home as well as the home right next door to it. This neighborhood has not seen development for many years past. And the fact that we were able to break ground during a pandemic and see the home completed is beyond amazing. So we can't wait to show this home off, but then better yet, list that home in the weeks coming And hopefully here this summer, we'll be welcoming 2 new families to Lansing's Northtown neighborhood. So again, join us this Saturday, anytime between 10 and 3 p.m. for an open house at both of those homes. This is an opportunity where you're going to see that impact up close. And I have to give a special thank you to Jerry Jo and her team from Inspired Home Real Estate and Staging for generously staging one of the homes so that folks can get a sense and idea of what it looks like to live in a home built and developed by Capital Area Housing Partnership. So again, thank you to everybody who joined us tonight. On behalf of the Capital Area Housing Partnership Board of Directors, the entire Capital Area Housing Partnership team, our sponsors, and all of you with us tonight, thank you. And go ahead and enjoy your home tonight, and hopefully we'll be seeing you here in the near future. Thank you.